Breast cancer changes everything about how a woman experiences her own body. It is not just the diagnosis, the treatments, or the surgeries. It is the nights that follow, the silence in the dark when she tries to lie down and sleep. But her mind won't stop whispering, what if something goes wrong? Many women never imagine that something as simple as the way they sleep could affect their healing. But the truth is, after breast cancer surgery, sleeping the wrong way can delay recovery, increase pain, and even cause swelling or tension in the arm and chest. This is one of those details that doctors sometimes mention quickly, but most patients leave the hospital still unsure of what to do when the night comes, and that confusion can lead to mistakes that make the body suffer quietly. I remember a woman who told me she had spent her first week after surgery sitting up in bed, afraid to move, terrified that turning the wrong way would open her incision. Every night she cried from exhaustion. Her body needed rest to heal, but fear kept her awake. On the 7th night, she called her nurse in tears, saying she couldn't bear another sleepless night. What she learned after that call changed everything. With a few simple adjustments in how she positioned herself, the pain started to ease, and her body began to recover more calmly. And that's exactly what I want to share with you today. What no one clearly explains about sleeping positions after breast cancer surgery, and the small details that can make a huge difference in your healing. When you lie down after breast surgery, your body is more vulnerable than it feels. The tissues are swollen, the nerves are sensitive, and every muscle around your chest and shoulders is trying to adapt to a new reality. Sleeping in the wrong position can put pressure on the operated side, stretch healing tissues, or even interfere with lymph flow, the gentle circulation that helps remove fluid and prevent swelling. And when that fluid builds up, it becomes what we call lymphedema, a heavy, tight feeling in the arm that can last for months if not handled early. That's why sleeping right is not about comfort only. It's part of your recovery plan. Most women don't realize that during the first weeks after surgery, the safest position is usually lying on your back with your upper body slightly elevated. A small incline, like sleeping with 2 pillows under your head and shoulders, or raising the head of your bed a bit, helps your body drain excess fluid and reduces the pull on your stitches. You can place small pillows under each arm, creating what I like to call a nest of protection. This position keeps your arm supported so your chest muscles can rest instead of tightening. It might take some time to get used to, especially if you were always someone who liked to sleep on your side, but it's one of those small adjustments that make a big difference. Now, if you've had surgery on one breast, there's something important to understand. You might think that turning onto your good side is safer, but even that requires care. The key is to support your operated arm and avoid letting it fall forward or hang in a way that pulls the chest. That's where a soft pillow between your arms and another between your knees can help align your body and keep the incision protected. You don't have to sleep like a statue, but every movement in these early weeks should feel gentle and intentional. Many women ask, why is this so important if the doctor already closed the wound? The truth is, healing is not just about closing the skin. Inside, tissues are still rebuilding, and the body's drainage system, the lymphatic channels, can be delicate. Pressure or twisting can interrupt that flow, leading to swelling, tightness, or even delayed healing. Think of it as giving your body space to breathe while it repairs itself. If you're watching this and remembering nights when you woke up sore or when your arm felt heavy and tight, you are not alone. These are common experiences, but they are not signs that you are doing something wrong beyond repair. They are signals from your body asking for small adjustments, and those adjustments can begin tonight. I often say that recovery after breast cancer surgery is a partnership between your body and your attention. Your body knows how to heal, but it needs you to listen. When you listen to the way it reacts to certain positions, you start to notice patterns, maybe more pulling when you turn left, or a bit of throbbing when you raise your arm. That awareness is your greatest ally. If this topic touches you, tell me in the comments, what has been your biggest challenge at night since your surgery? Right? I want to sleep without pain so other women will see that they are not alone. Your comment might be the comfort someone else needs tonight. Sometimes I hear people say, I just can't find the perfect position. no matter what I try. The truth is, there is no single perfect position, but there is one that supports your body best at each stage of recovery. In the beginning, lying flat or on your stomach is what you should avoid completely. Those positions can press on your chest and stretch healing tissues. Later, once your doctor clears you, you can slowly test gentle side positions with proper support. The goal is always to let your body rest without compression or twisting. A patient once shared that she used to wake up with her arms swollen every morning, not understanding why. It turned out that during the night she would unconsciously roll onto her operated side, pressing the area. Once she started sleeping in a semi-reclined position with a pillow supporting her elbow, the swelling reduced noticeably within days. Sometimes, the body gives us the solution. We just need to create the right environment for it to work. If this explanation helps you breathe a little easier, consider giving this video a like. That small gesture tells YouTube that this topic matters and helps it reach more women who are struggling to rest after surgery. Now, you might be wondering, how long do I have to sleep like this? The answer depends on the type of surgery you had and how your body responds. Some women feel comfortable changing positions after 2 or 3 weeks. Others need a little more time. Always check with your healthcare team before changing your sleeping habits. Remember, your healing speed is yours alone. Comparing yourself to others only brings anxiety. Something most people don't talk about is how emotional sleep becomes after breast cancer. It's not just physical discomfort. It's the worry that every movement might cause harm. It's lying awake listening to your heartbeat, wondering if you're healing well enough. If that's you, please know that fear is part of this process, but it doesn't have to control your nights. Building a small bedtime routine, like preparing your pillows, turning off harsh lights, and taking slow breaths, sends your body a message. You are safe to rest. I remember one woman telling me she would light a small lavender candle every night before bed. Not for the scent itself, but because it made her brain recognize that it was time to let go of the day's anxiety. These tiny rituals don't heal scars, but they heal the spirit, and that's what allows the body to do its work. So tonight, when you lie down, think of this not as a rule, but as an act of care. Each pillow you place, each breath you take before closing your eyes, is part of the conversation between you and your healing body. You're not just finding a position to sleep, you're giving your recovery the space it needs to flourish. And remember, if something feels wrong, new pain, swelling, redness, or a strange sensation, reach out to your medical team. It's always better to ask early than to wait in silence. Healing is not a race, it's a dialogue. If this message brings you clarity, I invite you to stay with us in this community. Every week we share honest, simple explanations that bring peace and confidence to women walking this path. Subscribe to the channel and take this journey with us. Here, you'll never walk alone. Breast cancer teaches patience in ways few other experiences can. It asks for courage during the day and tenderness at night. Many women believe that once the surgery is done, the hardest part is over. But recovery is not a straight line. It is a daily conversation between your body and your fears. And one of the most overlooked parts of that conversation happens in your sleep. The position you choose at night can either help your body repair itself or quietly make its work harder. Most people never imagine that something as simple as a pillow or a small twist of the shoulder could be enough to delay healing. But the truth is, after breast cancer surgery, small mistakes repeated night after night can create hidden problems that grow silently. I once spoke with a woman who said she woke every morning with stiffness in her chest and a strange heaviness in her arm. At first, she thought it was normal, just part of the healing process. Weeks later, her sleeve started to feel tight, and she noticed her watch left a deep mark on her wrist. What she didn't know was that fluid was starting to build up under her skin, a condition called lymphedema, and one of the triggers was her sleeping position. Every night she turned slightly toward her operated side without realizing it, pressing the delicate channels responsible for draining fluid from her arm. It wasn't the pain that alerted her, it was the silence of the body trying to adapt. That's the dangerous part. Pain warns you immediately, but swelling grows quietly. The first step to Protecting yourself is awareness. When you prepare to sleep, notice the direction your body naturally wants to turn. Many people have slept the same way for decades, curled up, half-turned, hugging a pillow. But after surgery, your body has a new story, and it needs a new way to rest. If you used to sleep on your stomach or on your operated side, this habit needs to pause for now. Those positions can put direct pressure on healing tissues and restrict the natural drainage from your chest and underarm. Instead, think of your bed as a small recovery station. Each pillow has a purpose. The one behind your back prevents rolling. The one under your arms releases tension from your shoulders. The one between your knees aligns your spine. Together, they create stability so your body can let go of the constant guarding it does after trauma. If you've had drains placed after surgery, sleeping becomes even trickier. Drains are fragile and can tug or twist if you move too quickly. Keeping them supported with a small towel or soft pouch beside you can prevent accidental pulling during sleep. You might also want to wear a loose cotton top with a pocket to hold the bulb in place. It may feel awkward at first, but the goal is peace of mind. When your brain knows the drains are secure, your body can finally relax enough to rest deeply. And deep sleep matters more than most people realize. Healing is not just about rest. It's about what happens inside your body when you are asleep. During deep sleep, your body produces growth factors, regulates inflammation, and repairs damaged tissues. When you keep waking up from discomfort or anxiety, that healing cycle is interrupted. That's why creating a comfortable and safe sleep setup is as important as any medication you take. Some women tell me, "I just want to feel normal again, to lie on my side like I used to." That longing for normalcy is powerful, and it's okay to feel it. But recovery has its own rhythm. You will return to your favorite positions eventually, but for now, your focus should be on stability and protection. Each night you sleep in a position that supports your healing, you are investing in your strength and confidence for the future. If you are still struggling to find a position that feels right, try this small exercise before bed. Sit on the edge of your bed, close your eyes, and take 3 slow breaths. Visualize where your body feels tension. Is it around your incision, your shoulder, or your arm? Then gently adjust your pillows to support those exact areas. The goal is not perfection, but balance. When your body feels evenly supported, you reduce the micro movements that cause pain and stiffness overnight. Tell me in the comments, what is the hardest part of your nights now? Is it the pain, the fear of turning, or just not knowing what's safe? Write, "I need help with sleeping positions," so other women can find your comment and feel less alone. Sometimes your story becomes someone else's light in the dark. In the 2nd or 3rd week after surgery, many women start feeling a little stronger. The temptation to move more freely is natural, but it's also when accidents happen. You might roll over half asleep and wake with a sharp pull across your chest. That's why keeping your protective pillow set up for at least a few weeks longer is worth it. Think of it like training your body to move with awareness even during rest. Once your surgeon confirms your incision is healed and swelling is minimal, you can begin to test side positions again, but always opposite the operated breast first. There's a little secret that most doctors don't emphasize. Comfort alone is not a sign that a position is safe. Your nerves can still be partially numb, meaning you might not feel pressure building up. That's why visual cues, like pillow placement and body alignment, are more reliable than sensations in those early weeks. Over time, as sensation returns, you'll be able to trust your body more. Until then, trust your setup. A patient once told me she started calling her bedtime routine her healing ritual. She would dim the lights, check her drains, adjust her pillows, and say out loud, "My body is healing tonight." It became her way of turning fear into purpose. And I think that's beautiful because recovery isn't just physical. It's emotional training too. You are teaching your mind to replace fear with care. If this story helps you in any way, consider liking this video. It may seem small, but each like tells YouTube to share this message with more women who are scared, tired, and searching for answers at 2 a.m. Another thing people rarely talk about is how breast cancer surgery affects breathing during sleep. When you're in pain or tense, you tend to breathe shallowly, which can limit oxygen flow and slow healing. Lying slightly elevated helps expand your chest, making each breath deeper and more nourishing. A small rolled towel under your shoulder blades can help open your chest, especially if you feel tightness from radiation or reconstruction. Remember, every breath that feels full is helping your tissues recover. Many women notice that after surgery, their shoulders curl forward as if trying to protect the chest. It's an instinct, but if maintained during sleep, it can cause stiffness and poor posture. Supporting your arms prevents this rounded position. Over time, this small attention helps you maintain flexibility and prevents that pulling sensation that so many women describe around the scar. If you live alone, preparing your sleep setup can feel overwhelming. Here's a simple trick. During the day, take 5 minutes to arrange your pillows exactly how you'll need them at night. That way, when you're tired, everything is ready. Keep your medication, water, and phone within reach, so you don't have to twist or stretch in the middle of the night. This little organization can save you pain and frustration. You might be wondering when you'll finally be able to sleep on your side again. The answer is usually when the tenderness around your incision disappears and your arm moves freely without pulling. For some women, that's a few weeks. For others, it may take a bit longer. Don't rush your body to meet someone else's timeline. You're not falling behind. You're healing at your own pace. There was a woman who once shared that every time she changed positions in bed, she whispered to herself, "It's okay. I'm still healing." That gentle reminder turned each night from a battle into a moment of acceptance. Healing is not about doing everything perfectly. It's about staying kind to yourself while you learn what your body needs. As you continue watching, remember this truth. Your body is wiser than you think. It gives signals, subtle ones, warmth, pulling, tingling. And if you listen, it will tell you when something isn't right. Sleep is one of the most powerful medicines you have. Protect it as carefully as you protect your scar. If this message speaks to you and you want to keep learning ways to make your recovery easier, subscribe to this channel. Each week we share real explanations that bring calm to your nights and clarity to your days. Here, you'll never walk this journey alone. Breast cancer changes not only how a woman looks at her body, but also how she feels inside it. After surgery, even something as simple as lying down can become a puzzle. The bed that once felt safe and familiar suddenly feels like a place of fear. Many women tell me they dread going to bed because they know the moment they try to find a comfortable position, pain or worry will wake up with them. And what most people around them don't realize is that this fear of moving, this constant alertness, keeps the body tense long after the surgery is over. Healing needs rest, but rest is impossible when the body feels under threat. I remember one woman who told me she used to sleep perfectly before her mastectomy, but after surgery, she said every night felt like balancing on glass. If she moved her arm even an inch, she felt pulling under her scar. She tried to force herself to stay still, but that only made her muscles tighten and ache. Over time, she developed neck and back pain that had nothing to do with her surgery itself, but everything to do with the way she was trying not to move. Her body was healing from one wound, but creating others through tension. It's something I see often. The body tries so hard to protect the chest that it forgets how to relax. That's why learning to sleep after breast cancer surgery is not just about avoiding harm. It's about teaching your body that it's safe again. That's the part doctors rarely have time to explain. Your nervous system, the network that controls how you feel, pain and comfort, stays on high alert after trauma. The wrong sleeping position, or even the fear of it, can keep that alarm system active, preventing you from resting deeply. So, part of your recovery is not only about where you place your pillows, but also how you teach your brain to let go of fear. A small practice I often share is this. Before lying down, take a few deep breaths and gently place your hand over your chest. Feel the rise and fall. Tell yourself, "My body is healing. I am safe." It may sound simple, but for many women, that small moment of connection allows the body to shift from protection to recovery. Sleep becomes not a fight, but a collaboration. You might still be wondering, How exactly does sleeping the wrong way slow recovery? Let me explain it in simple terms. After breast cancer surgery, especially when lymph nodes are removed, the drainage system under your arm and chest has to find new pathways to move fluid. When you lie in positions that compress that area, for example, flat on your stomach, or even half turned toward the operated side, you make it harder for that fluid to drain. It's like putting a gentle kink in a hose. The flow slows down. Over time, that trapped fluid can cause swelling, tightness, or even small pockets of fluid called seromas. These can delay healing or create pressure that makes your scar feel painful and hard. That's why sleeping slightly elevated and supported is more than comfort. It's protection for your internal healing. If you have had reconstruction surgery, especially with implants or tissue flaps, the way you sleep matters even more. The new tissue or implant needs time to settle and integrate. Too much pressure or twisting can shift things subtly and affect the symmetry or softness of your result. In those first weeks, gravity is your friend only when used wisely. Keep your chest supported, your shoulders open, and your back stable. Think of it as creating a gentle cradle where your body can rebuild itself safely. Now, let's talk about something that almost every woman goes through but few mention: the burning, pulling, or tingling sensations at night. These are signs of nerve regeneration, and while they can feel strange or even frightening, they often mean your nerves are reconnecting. But here's the tricky part. When you lie in a position that stretches the healing area, those sensations can intensify. That's why proper pillow support can ease not just pain, but also those electric-like feelings that come from nerve recovery. A woman once shared with me that she started using a small, heart-shaped pillow under her arm every night. It wasn't just for comfort. It reminded her of care. That little pillow became a symbol of safety, something to hold while her body relearned trust. She told me that before the pillow, she would wake up with stabbing pain under her arm. After she started using it, the pain eased, and she began sleeping longer. It's a small change that made a big difference. If this story feels familiar, tell me in the comments what has helped you sleep better or what still worries you most. Right. I feel this too, so other women can see your message and realize they are not alone. Sometimes sharing a single sentence can give another woman the courage to face the night with hope. One of the most misunderstood parts of healing is how posture during the day affects your sleep at night. Many women spend the day guarding their chest, moving carefully, shoulders slightly forward. Then at night, the same posture continues. The body curls in, protecting the sore area. But that rounded position can shorten the muscles in the chest and tighten the shoulder, leading to even more discomfort when you try to lie flat. A gentle stretch before bed, just opening your arms wide, breathing deeply, and rolling your shoulders back, can help your body unwind. Think of it as reminding your body that it no longer needs to shield itself constantly. And while we're talking about routines, let's touch on one of the most powerful yet underestimated healing tools: consistency. Going to bed at the same time, preparing your pillows the same way, dimming the lights, and calming your breathing. These small repetitive acts tell your nervous system, this is safety, this is rest time. Over time, your body begins to associate these rituals with healing. Some women fear that lying too still might cause stiffness, while others worry that moving too much might cause harm. The truth lies in between. Small, gentle movements like shifting your legs, adjusting your shoulders slightly, or stretching your fingers help keep circulation flowing without disturbing your incision. The goal is to avoid long periods of pressure or twisted positions. If you ever wake up during the night with discomfort, don't panic. Sit up slowly, adjust your pillows, take a few deep breaths, and reposition yourself. Don't blame yourself or feel like you've undone your progress. Healing isn't lost by one bad night. It's built over many small nights of listening and adjusting. One woman told me she used to wake up every night around 3 a.m., her heart racing, convinced she had damaged something by moving in her sleep. Over time, she learned that those awakenings were not her body breaking down, but her anxiety speaking. Once she replaced that fear with a gentle ritual, sipping a bit of water, breathing slowly, and saying to herself, "I'm okay," her nights grew quieter. That's what healing really is. Transforming fear into trust, one night at a time. If this kind of story helps you feel understood, consider liking this video. It helps YouTube share this message with more women who are silently struggling, just like you once were. Another important detail: temperature. After surgery, your body's temperature control can feel different, especially if you went through chemotherapy or hormonal therapy. Some women experience hot flashes or night sweats that make sleep harder. Keeping your room cool, wearing breathable cotton, and avoiding heavy blankets can prevent restlessness. A small fan or even a chilled pillow insert can be your best friend during those nights. Comfort helps your body stay in deep rest longer, and deep rest is where healing happens. Hydration is another quiet player in recovery. Many women drink less water at night to avoid getting up, but dehydration can increase muscle cramps and make your tissues less flexible. Try to hydrate well during the day and taper gently before bed instead of cutting off completely. That way, your body gets what it needs without constant interruptions. Sleep after breast cancer is not only physical recovery, it's also emotional reconstruction. You're learning to trust your body again, to believe that it can heal without falling apart. And that trust takes time. Some nights you will find comfort easily, others will test your patience. But every small victory, one night of good rest, one morning without swelling, is proof that your body is responding to your care. If you're watching this and feeling that mix of frustration and hope, know this: the worst nights will not last forever. With time, your body adjusts, your scars soften, your nerves calm down, and your sleep begins to feel like rest again. You will lie down one night, months from now, and realize you didn't have to think about your position at all, because your body finally feels safe again. If you want to keep learning how to care for your body with understanding and gentleness, subscribe to this channel. Every week we share explanations that make complex things simple and fears less heavy. Together, we create a space where healing feels human and hope feels real. Breast cancer recovery is not measured only by scars or test results. It's measured in quiet moments. When you finally sleep through the night without fear, when you wake up and realize the pain has softened, when you catch yourself breathing calmly instead of holding your breath every time you move. But reaching that place takes more than time. It takes understanding what your body is asking for each night. Because sleep, for women healing from breast cancer, is not just rest, it's medicine. And the way you take that medicine depends on how safely and gently you treat your body in bed. After surgery, your body goes through invisible battles every night. The tissues are knitting themselves together, nerves are reconnecting, and your immune system is working overtime. But when your sleep is shallow or interrupted, that healing process slows down. I've seen women do everything right during the day, follow every doctor's instruction, eat well, move carefully, and still struggle to heal because they spend their nights in positions that cause tension or fear. The body heals when it feels safe, and the first place that safety must exist is in your sleep. A woman once told me that after her mastectomy, she started dreading bedtime. She said lying down felt like giving up control. She feared that in her sleep she might stretch too far, press too much, or wake up in pain. For weeks, she propped herself up on the couch, half sitting, half dozing, never really resting. Her body was exhausted, her mind even. More. One night, her daughter found her awake at 2 a.m., crying quietly. She helped her mother arrange pillows on the bed, one behind her back, one under each arm, one beneath her knees. For the first time in weeks, she slept. It wasn't perfect, but it was peace. The next morning, she said something I'll never forget. It wasn't the pain that was keeping me awake. It was the fear of pain. That's something many women never realize. Fear itself tightens the muscles, restricts breathing, and increases sensitivity. You can be physically fine but still in tension because your brain is guarding you from harm that might not even come. That's why relaxation is not a luxury in healing. It's a requirement. Before bed, simple steps like dimming the lights, avoiding screens, and breathing slowly can tell your nervous system, it's okay now. You're safe. That message, repeated night after night, becomes the foundation of recovery. If you've been struggling with restless nights, I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments how your nights have been lately. Write, "I want peaceful sleep," so that other women will see your words and feel encouraged to share theirs too. Sometimes a few words from someone who understands can lift the weight that silence creates. Let's talk about something practical, but often overlooked: the role of the mattress and pillow firmness. Many women keep using the same bed setup they had before surgery, but what once felt soft and cozy might now be too deep or unstable. If your mattress sinks too much, it can pull your shoulder and chest out of alignment, creating unnecessary strain. A medium firm surface gives better support for healing. Pillows should lift without pushing, high enough to keep your head above your heart, but not so high that your neck bends forward. Experiment with what feels stable, not just comfortable. Stability lets your body rest without micro-adjustments that wake you up. Temperature also plays a role. Some women experience body temperature swings after breast cancer treatments. Hot flashes, night sweats, or sudden chills. Sleeping in layers you can easily adjust. Choosing breathable cotton and keeping the room slightly cool can reduce those interruptions. Avoid heavy blankets. Instead, use light layers you can move away quickly if you overheat. This simple change can transform how deeply you rest. I remember a woman who once shared that she started keeping a small, handheld fan beside her bed. She said it became her signal of control. Whenever she felt a wave of heat or anxiety, she would turn it on, close her eyes, and breathe until it passed. It wasn't just about cooling down. It was about reminding herself that she had tools to bring comfort, even in moments that felt out of control. Healing is often about these small, personal rituals that give your body and mind something predictable to rely on. Another mistake I see often is drinking too little water during recovery because of the fear of getting up at night. Dehydration makes muscles cramp, increases fatigue, and even affects the elasticity of healing skin. Try drinking enough water throughout the day and stop an hour or two before bed instead of avoiding fluids completely. Your body needs that balance to repair tissues properly. And don't forget your arms. If lymph nodes were removed, sleeping with the operated arm slightly elevated on a small pillow can help prevent swelling. Avoid letting it hang off the bed or fall across your chest. Over time, this position encourages gentle lymph flow and prevents that heavy, tight feeling that many women describe in the morning. One patient once told me she kept a soft scarf around her pillow to remind her to lift her arm before she slept. That tiny reminder made a big difference. She stopped waking up with a swollen hand and began feeling more in control of her healing. It's not about perfection. It's about awareness. If these details help you understand your body better, consider giving this video a like. Each like helps YouTube show this content to more women searching for answers in the dark of the night, just as you once did. Pain management at night is another topic few discuss honestly. Some women think they must endure pain to prove strength, while others rely too heavily on medication without addressing what causes discomfort in the first place. The truth lies in a balanced approach. Talk to your healthcare team about the right timing and type of pain relief for you, but also observe your body. If a certain position increases pain every time, no medication will fix that until you change how you sleep. Use medicine wisely, but let posture and environment do their part too. Breathing plays a powerful role here. When you lie in bed, try placing one hand on your chest and one on your belly. Inhale slowly through your nose, feeling your belly rise. First, then your chest. Exhale gently. This pattern not only relaxes your muscles but also increases oxygen flow to your tissues, helping them repair faster. It also calms your mind, making it easier to fall asleep again if you wake up in the middle of the night. I remember a woman who said she started whispering to herself during these breaths, "I'm healing. I'm safe." Over time, her brain began to believe it. The nights got easier, the tension lessened, and she said her mornings felt lighter. It wasn't magic. It was the power of consistency. The body listens to what the mind repeats. If you live with a partner, it's important to talk to them about your new sleeping needs. Many couples feel awkward or distant after breast cancer surgery because the bed, once a place of closeness, becomes a space of caution. Communication is key. Let them know what you need for comfort and what feels off limits for now. This helps you both adjust emotionally and physically. Intimacy can return slowly, gently, as trust in your body grows again. For those who live alone, don't underestimate the comfort of small routines that make you feel cared for. A warm cup of caffeine-free tea before bed, gentle music, or writing a few thoughts in a journal can all help ease your mind. You deserve moments of peace even while you heal. If you wake up one morning and notice swelling, redness, or warmth near your scar, don't wait to see if it passes. Contact your medical team. These can be early signs of infection or inflammation, and catching them early prevents complications. Healing is not about enduring silently. It's about responding kindly and quickly when your body speaks. You may notice over time that the fear you once felt about sleeping begins to fade. You'll start to trust your pillows, your bed, and most importantly, yourself. That's one of the most beautiful moments in recovery, when rest no longer feels dangerous. Your body, once guarded and tense, begins to surrender again. And that's the message I want to leave you with in this part. Sleeping right after breast cancer is not about strict rules. It's about learning to care for yourself in ways you never had to before. It's about respecting your limits while trusting your resilience. Every night you choose comfort, awareness, and patience, you're not just healing your body, you're healing your relationship with it. If this message resonates with you, subscribe to this channel. Here, you'll always find explanations made with compassion and truth to help you feel stronger and calmer through every phase of recovery. You are not alone on this path, and your story matters more than you know. Breast cancer leaves a mark that no mirror can fully show. It changes not only your reflection, but your sense of safety in your own skin. For many women, the hardest moments come not during surgery or treatment, but in the quiet hours after, when the world is asleep and the body aches in silence. That is when you start to understand that healing is not a straight road. It's full of pauses, fear, small victories, and lessons that most people never see. And one of those lessons, often learned in the dark of the night, is how something as simple as the way you sleep can either help your body recover or make it struggle longer than it needs to. When I look back on decades of caring for women with breast cancer, one truth always stays the same. The body responds best to gentleness, not to speed, not to pressure, but to kindness. Consistent, patient kindness. It's the same kindness you show yourself when you decide to rest, even though your mind is racing. It's the patience you practice when you rearrange your pillows again and again until your arm feels light. It's the courage you show each night when you lie down, knowing that your body is not the same, but still capable of peace. A woman once told me, "Something beautiful," she said. "Every night I used to beg my body to heal faster. Now I just thank it for trying." That change of mindset transformed her recovery. When she stopped fighting her body and started cooperating with it, sleep came easier, and her mornings grew lighter. The body listens to love. It always does. So if you've been struggling with restless nights, remember that the goal is not perfection. You don't have to find one magical position or one single solution. What matters is awareness, noticing what helps and what doesn't, and adjusting without guilt. Healing is not lost in one bad night. It's built across many nights of trying again. You may have heard people say that rest is important, but few explain why it's so powerful. During sleep, your immune system repairs damaged tissues, your brain releases hormones that control inflammation, and your skin regenerates. When you sleep deeply, you are literally rebuilding from the inside out. But when pain, fear, or tension keep you awake, that process slows down. That's why the way you sleep, the way you breathe, and even the way you prepare for bed matter more than most people think. Let me share another story. A woman named Linda told me she used to sleep with her shoulders hunched, afraid of pulling her incision. Her posture became so tight that her back ached constantly. One day, her physical therapist taught her a small trick, placing a thin pillow under her shoulders and keeping her arms slightly open. That simple change made her chest expand more freely, and she began to breathe better at night. Within a week, her back pain eased and her sleep improved. Sometimes the smallest change can create the biggest shift. If you're watching this and you've been feeling tired of trying, I want you to take this moment to breathe. You are not behind. You are not weak. You are healing in your own rhythm. And every step, even the frustrating ones, is progress. Healing is not measured in perfection. It's measured in persistence. Tell me in the comments what helps you rest better or what you're still struggling with. Write, "I'm healing at my own pace," so that other women can see your words and find comfort in your honesty. Your story might give someone else the strength to keep going tonight. Many women ask me how long it takes before they can sleep however they want again. The answer is as unique as each scar. For some, it's a matter of weeks. For others, it takes months. But what I always remind them is this: one day, your body will tell you it's ready. You'll roll to your side without hesitation, and instead of pain, you'll feel calm. That's the moment when you'll realize that healing has become part of you. Not something you chase, but something you live. Another piece of wisdom that time has taught me is this: the emotional side of recovery is as important as the physical. Sleep is not just about position. It's about, trust. Trusting your body again after everything it has endured can be harder than any physical adjustment. You may still touch your scar and feel unfamiliar with it. You may still flinch when you stretch your arm. But each night that you sleep peacefully, you are rewriting that relationship, teaching your body that it can relax again, that it is still yours, still beautiful, still strong. There was a woman who shared that every morning she looked at her scar and whispered, "We survived." That became her ritual of gratitude. It changed how she saw herself. Healing is not about erasing what happened. It's about honoring the strength that carried you through it. If these stories touch you, consider giving this video a like. It helps this message reach more women who might be lying awake right now, afraid and unsure, searching for guidance. Your small gesture can make a big difference. Sometimes, late at night, when the pain fades and silence fills the room, a different kind of discomfort can appear. The emotional one. Thoughts about the future, fear of recurrence, questions about your worth and femininity. Those are real, and they deserve space too. Healing doesn't mean you stop feeling afraid. It means you learn to live alongside those feelings without letting them control you. You can still build a calm night, even when your mind is full. A warm blanket, soft light, quiet music. They become your allies. You don't need to silence your thoughts. Just give them softer edges. For some women, journaling before bed helps. Writing down the fears that come up keeps them from spinning in circles in your mind. For others, prayer or meditation brings peace. What matters is finding your own way to tell your mind, it's okay to rest now. You've done enough for today. Another question that often appears is about fatigue. That deep, unshakable tiredness that sometimes lingers long after surgery and treatments. Resting in the right position helps, but so does allowing yourself to rest emotionally. You don't need to fill every day with tasks or prove your strength by staying busy. Healing requires energy, and rest is how your body restores it. If you've made it this far in your recovery, please take a moment to appreciate yourself. Think of everything your body has endured. Surgeries, treatments, fear, nights of pain. And yet, here you are, still learning, still fighting, still caring enough to listen. That's something extraordinary. I remember one of my oldest patients, a quiet woman who had gone through 2 surgeries and endless sleepless nights. When I asked her what finally helped her rest, she smiled and said, "I stopped waiting to feel normal again. I decided to feel grateful instead." That sentence has stayed with me for years. Gratitude softens the hardest edges of healing. When you lie down at night, try to find one thing, just one, that you're thankful for. Maybe it's a day with less pain, a message from a friend, or simply the courage to face another day. Gratitude doesn't erase the struggle, but it gives it meaning. If you're someone who's still early in this journey, know this: every bit of effort you put into caring for yourself adds up. Every time you choose the right sleeping position, every time you pause to breathe deeply, every time you ask for help instead of hiding your discomfort, you are moving forward. Healing isn't a finish line. It's a rhythm you learn to follow. And one day, You'll find yourself giving advice to someone else, just like this. You'll remember the nights you cried, the fears that felt endless, and you'll realize they became your wisdom. That's the quiet gift breast cancer sometimes leaves behind, a deeper understanding of how fragile and strong the human body can be at the same time. So tonight, when you prepare for bed, don't think of it as just another night to get through. Think of it as an act of care, a promise you make to your body. Arrange your pillows, take your breaths, whisper your gratitude, and allow your body to rest without guilt. You've earned that peace. And if this video helped you feel even a little more understood, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Here, you are never alone. Each week, we share real stories, practical guidance, and gentle truths that make this path a little lighter. Because healing is easier when we walk together. Your body has carried you through storms. It knows how to heal. All it needs from you now is patience, trust, and rest. Let tonight be one of those nights when you let go of fear, settle into comfort, and allow the quiet work of recovery to continue. You are not broken. You are becoming whole again, one peaceful night at a time.